Welcome, I'm Christian Shea, and today I'm going to show you how you can connect to Oracle AI Database from Power BI Desktop. Now there's two ways you can do this. The first is to use a built-in Oracle driver that ships with Power BI Desktop. The other option is to install something called Oracle Client for Microsoft Tools, which I'll discuss later. But first, let's talk about the built-in Oracle driver. Now, the built-in driver that's included with Power BI Desktop is currently in preview mode, so you'll need to enable it. So in the options, go to Preview Features and check the checkbox next to Enable Using Bundled Managed ODP.NET Provider. Click OK and restart Power BI. And that's all you need to do. Now you should be able to connect to your Oracle database. So let's try that. We'll say Get Data, click on More to get to the Oracle database option, and we'll type in our connect string. So in my case, it's a local database, so localhost free PDB1, and then I'll enter in my username and password. And you can see I'm able to see my schema and my tables. Now, if you don't use a connection string like I did, but instead you use a connection alias, you should be aware that there's an issue with the preview release of this built-in driver. So let's take a look at my tnsnames.ora file, which is where connection aliases are stored. You can see I have one called free PDB1. So let's try to connect again, but this time let's use that alias, free PDB1, and see what happens. I'll give my username and password again. And if you look, you're getting an aura 12154 error. This means that the alias is not found. And this error is occurring in the preview release because the Oracle driver is not configured to find the location of your tnsnames.ora file. So there's a couple workarounds you can do, one of which is to copy the part of the tnsnames.ora file after the alias name and use that as a connection string. So I'll come here to my server field and paste that in and add my username and password, and you can see that it is able to connect. Another option available to you is to take a note of the location of your tnsnames.ora file. So in my case, it's in the myTNS directory. Then open or edit a batch file ending in .bat and add an entry to set the tns_admin environment variable to that directory that contains your tnsnames.ora. Once you do that, you want to add a line to launch Power BI Desktop. So locate the Power BI Desktop icon, open the file location, and when you're in there, copy as path. Then take that and paste it into the batch file, save it, and launch it. And when it launches, it will have the tnsAdmin environment variable in the scope of the app. Now, when you try to connect, I will use my free PDB1 alias. You can see that it will be able to connect. Now, if for some reason you don't want to use the embedded Oracle driver that's part of Power BI Desktop, you have another option, which is to install something called the Oracle Client for Microsoft Tools. You can find that by Googling Oracle Client for Microsoft Tools, and it'll take you to our web page. On the web page, there's a couple downloads. You want to download the 64-bit Oracle Client for Microsoft Tools. Once you do that and you get the executable, go ahead and launch it to begin the installation. Now you can take the defaults for most of these screens, but when you get to the Oracle configuration file directory, you're going to want to set this to the directory containing your tnsnames.ora file. So in my case, c:/mytns. Once you've completed the install, you just want to make sure in the options page that the embedded ODP.NET driver is not enabled. Otherwise, it will use that one instead. So now let's just go ahead and check and make sure that everything works. So I'll add my TNS alias, and it does connect.